Today I'm going to be watching this video. It's called We Have No Garbage Day in Amsterdam. So I don't know if this is just a thing that's purely in Amsterdam or this applies to the rest of the Netherlands. Yeah, I said recently I went back to Scotland in August and yeah, I was like quite disgusted by the amount of rubbish everywhere. It's in a really bad state of repair. When I compare it to somewhere like Amsterdam or the other places in the Netherlands, in Scotland we're so far behind in just everything, but something like that, definitely we're far behind, we're lagging and just not really performing. So I want to see what it's like in Amsterdam in the Netherlands and yeah, how good it is. Let's watch.
Taking out the garbage is a bizarre topic for a YouTube video, but then I'm the guy that strapped a GoPro to his chest and went grocery shopping, so here we go. In most of Amsterdam and in many other parts of the Netherlands, there's no garbage day. That's totally great. I hate garbage day. Let me explain. In every other city I've ever lived, garbage trucks come 1 day per week. Though in Taiwan, you wait to hear the musical garbage truck and come meet them out front. Seriously, garbage trucks play music in Taiwan.
But I wonder with that one, what happens if you're not home? I guess like even having a garbage day where you just leave your bin out is maybe better, but again, like when you see somewhere like Taiwan, it is very clean, so it must work.
Toronto, the last place we lived before Amsterdam, is particularly confusing because garbage and recycling is only picked up fortnightly on alternating weeks.
That's the same in Scotland as well. Like we've got about 4 or 5 different bins. They come out like every fortnightly as well, so you end up actually collecting quite a lot of rubbish and you have to separate everything, but it doesn't seem the most efficient system, honestly.
Everybody has these huge bins, and they were such a pain in the ass to carry up and down the 20 steps in front of our house each week. Since all of your garbage is stored outside, waiting for garbage day, you're constantly dealing with animals trying to get in. Especially raccoons, or trash pandas, as they're known in Canada. Yeah, they're really cute until you come to your garbage bins and find them like this, which happened to me dozens of times. All of this is irrelevant for us in Amsterdam because here we have underground containers. This simple solution to a complicated problem reminds me of the myth of the space pen. As the story goes, NASA had a problem with writing in zero gravity and spent millions and millions of dollars designing a pen that could write in space. Meanwhile, the Russians used a pencil. The story is untrue, and both space agencies used the same privately developed Fisher AG7 pen, but Toronto really did spend $31 million on a raccoon-proof green bin. And some of the trash pandas still figured them out because they're smart little bastards. Meanwhile, the Dutch use underground containers.
I don't remember seeing this when I was in Amsterdam. I'm sure I probably was and I maybe walked by it but just never really thought about it. Again, for that to be like a good system, they must be very plentiful, they must be everywhere, otherwise you're going to need to walk quite far, I would imagine, to make use of them. Again, it makes sense in places like this where I guess you can't have like a wheelie bin, you can't have that sort of bin because where you're going to store it when you live in a flat or a small apartment like that. This is quite a cool system, I like it, and it is very efficient, it doesn't take up too much space, it doesn't mean you have to go and put your bin out one certain day, just anytime you get any rubbish you can take it down there, put it in. What about the more rural areas of Netherlands? Would something like this work? I guess it might not work if the houses are more sparsely populated. In the cities I can see why this would be a good system, but tell me if you use this sort of system or if you have the bins.
These solve so many problems. There's no need to store bins outside your house. The garbage truck doesn't need to come down every street. Garbage bins don't clog up the sidewalks. And there's no garbage day to worry about. Did I mention that? There's no garbage day. These containers are found in almost every neighborhood in the city, but not all yet. A map online shows the location of all of them, and there are usually several within about 50 meters. All locations have garbage, but recycling bins for paper, glass, and plastic are common too. So when our garbage gets full at home, I just take the bag out and drop it in whichever container is on my way. The bins are emptied regularly by the city in a process that's pretty fun to watch. The bins are usually emptied on schedule, but some of the fancier bins tell the city when they're full.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was actually thinking. I was thinking that would be a good system if there was some sort of monitor inside the bin that could tell you when it got to a certain level. Then they go there and pick it up at that point. It just seems like like a lot more efficient, but that's already in place in the Netherlands. Another example of why Netherlands is so far ahead of most other countries. Pretty cool to see this. I've definitely not seen this process before. I guess in Netherlands maybe this is just common for you, but we definitely don't have anything like this in Scotland, which is unfortunate, really.
And some even have trash compactors built in. Listen.
Again, perfect, very clever.
Oversized garbage is picked up in different ways in different regions. Then this truck with a giant claw comes by to pick it up. It seems trivial, but it's so nice to never have to worry about when to take out the garbage, or to miss taking out the recycling and need to hold on to it for another 2 weeks before getting another chance.
That's the exact problem, yeah.
And it's great that there's no trash hanging around outside, which keeps the city looking and smelling nicer than many other places I've been.
I guess that's why when I've seen these other videos, when they're going around different parts of the Netherlands, I always mention that it looks so tidy and so clean compared to a lot of other places, again, like comparing to Scotland, where you see rubbish out on the streets and in the city, there's like garbage strewn everywhere. You look at these videos showing you around Netherlands, just doesn't seem to be any rubbish anywhere, but things like this definitely help that.
And best of all, I never need to clean up after the trash pandas.
Oh man, these little things, man. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's one thing we don't have in Scotland is any animals like that. I guess we have foxes actually. Just thinking about it, yeah, foxes are known for bin raiding sometimes and taking all the garbage out, but maybe not as much as that. Yeah, again, Netherlands just thinks of everything, so many things like that you don't see anywhere else. I don't know, maybe other countries have got things like this. I don't really know too much about the garbage setup or infrastructure in other countries, but again, it's just another thing that like ticks off that Netherlands is just ahead of other countries. I can only compare to UK, so far ahead. So tell me what you think about it. Is it a good system? Is there any other interesting systems like that in place in Netherlands? Do you not have that system in your town, and what do you have instead of it? Tell me in the comments. Thanks.